Welcome everyone to our very first episode of Messy to Minimal. I hope you guys are excited to come along with me on this journey over the next year or however long it takes me. My plan is to go through room by room in my house and purge about 20% of our belongings. And this is not like my journey to minimalism or anything like that. This is just me finding a good way to have a path for things to leave. I watch a lot of different YouTubers, but First Coffee, if you guys watch her here on YouTube, she talks about how we have all these paths of ways that things come into our house, mail, hand-me-downs, things like that, but we don't have very many ways for things to leave our home. And so I am trying to institute some paths for things to leave my home when things are no longer serving me and are just kind of cluttering up my space. We moved into this house, which is bigger than our old house, and it feels smaller. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird. Anyways, we have one less bedroom, but we have the back half of our house, which we didn't have at the other house. Anyways, it's kind of weird. Either way, I was inspired by Natalie Bennett here on YouTube. She does a Messy to Minimal series, and she did it 3 years ago where she went through their 1,100 square foot house. And then now, 3 years later, she started again this new year, and she is doing that. So I'm kind of following along with her and watching while I am doing my own decluttering. But I'm taking a very different approach. I have broken my house into zones, and you guys know that I have my house broken into zones for my cleaning. But I want to use the zones to try to guide my decluttering process. So to start out, in the month of January, I am going to declutter zone 1. And zone 1 is my kitchen, where I'm standing right now. So there are 4 weeks in the month, obviously. Except for next month, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, I am going to break the room into 4 sections. So each week I will be working on one section. That way, it's not like, here's my decluttering day for the month, and then I just spend a whole month decluttering. I want it to be more like an intentional process. I want to be extremely intentional about the items that remain in my home, what I bring into my home, what I send away from my home. I want to be very intentional about these things. And I want to be purposeful with what I am using and what I'm not using. Do you know what I mean? So, this week, in this video, right now, we're gonna declutter probably all, of section 1 of zone 1. So I've broken my zone 1 into 4 sections, and I've basically done this side of the room. I've taken this side of the room and cut it in half. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is my fridge, because the top of my fridge is a mini pantry, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and deal with that. And then I've also lumped in my island in my section 4. So section 1 is going to be the space next to and around my oven. This is the hub of my kitchen. I spend the most time standing right here next to my stove, cooking, making things, baking, whatever. So I need this space to function, to flow, to not be cluttered, to not be messy, and it's been nothing but that since we moved in. So that's my plan, is to start there today after lunch, but that's my plan, is to start there today. So I hope you're excited to come with me on my journey of messy to minimal. So let's go. All right, we're going to start off decluttering with this half of the kitchen, and we're going to start with this bottom cabinet and drawer. I think everything in here I'm keeping. It's all my small appliances. My food processor, crock pot, waffle maker, toaster, handheld mixer, can opener, and my chopper, and my quesadilla maker. So all that can stay. So moving on to this drawer. These are things Naomi used in feeding therapy, so we don't need to keep these. Some chocolates. This candle. These are the clips for a shelf in the cabinet. We'll keep those. A knife sharpener I never use, so that guy can go. Bunch of cozies, or koozies, or whatever you want to call them. Don't need these. This is a pacifier case. Ella doesn't use pacifiers, so I'm actually going to take this out of here and put it into the baby bin in case a future baby would use a pacifier. I'm going to get rid of this one because I never use it, and I have this one and I prefer this one. I literally never use these spoons, like never. I feel like I could do without these because I have these. These came with my Foreman, and I don't even have my Foreman anymore, so. Orange peeler, all that. Okay, I bought this and I never use it. It's a garlic mincer. I literally never use it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that guy. Here we go. Well, that was not too bad. Let's see what's back here. Oh, a real funnel. Skewers. I bought these to make some kind of a craft once and never used them, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. Not bad. Not bad at all. Moving up to this cabinet. Honestly, this is a bottle warmer. I never use it. Ella doesn't take bottles, and I breastfeed, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and declutter this too. It's from my room. I don't know what I was doing with this out here. Get this open. Now this is a pantry cabinet, so it is mostly food. So I'm just gonna look really quick and see what food is expired and unnecessary that we can pull out. Never use this. Bought these to make one recipe and never used them again. Pasta, I use all the time. Flour, rice. This is pancake mix. And a refill of the pancake mix. Pop-Tarts that are really old. Oh, they have another month. I'll hang on to them and see if we eat them. If not, they're getting tossed. I'm actually, oh my. I have a thing of sprinkles to go up here. Some multicolored sprinkles. So that's another cabinet done. And I got rid of 3 things. Alright, next I want to go ahead and do this drawer under my stove. I've got my cookie sheets and I've got some pizza pans. My mom gave me this and I never use it, so I'm going to ask her if she wants it. And if she does, I'll keep it. If not, I will give it away. Cooling rack. I have a black cooling rack that has the grid that I use. I really just don't use this one. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. And let's see. So here I have my like giant pizza pans that make like big pizzas. And those would make a lot of pizza. Another cookie sheet. So, stick those in there and put these on top. And that's that drawer done. Now as we move on to this, all of this is new. All of my canning stuff I just got. So that can all stay up there, and that's my roaster. Right there next to the canning stuff, my roaster. So that can stay up there. But I'm going to go ahead and do those top 2 cabinets above the microwave. I think that's good. And then the next part of section 1 is this other pantry cabinet, which has way more food, and this set of drawers. And then from there on begins section 2, which will be next week's video. Go ahead and get into those little small ones up there. I know that there is a Ninja Bullet up there that I'm going to declutter because we have a new one. So I'm going to put the new one up there. So I have cookie cutters. I have a steamer sanitizer. I want to keep this just because I do have plans. We do have plans to have more kids and I might need this. So I'm going to keep it. But the magic bullet is coming down because we have a Ninja Bullet now. So we don't need the magic one. Oh, and this chopper. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this chopper. Because I have one down there that I like better. Cookie cutters are great in theory. I just don't use them. Not like I thought I would. So I don't know how much I want to hang on to these cookie cutters. I'm going to keep them for one more season and see if I will still have not used them by next year, and then need to go. And I am going to move them mostly over here. I can make some Valentine's ones and some Easter ones. Looks like I have some bunnies. Alright, that's this door. Handled. It's very, very nice. Ooh. Whoa, oh my gosh, these cups are huge. I love that they have the measuring stuff on the side. We might have to make some milkshakes tonight. Oh, and this one has like a sip. That's cute. I love that. Very, very nice. Very nice. Are you a good distraction? Let's take care of all this trash. I'll tell you what, that box has been sitting on my floor over there for probably 2 months. So it feels good to finally get it put away. Get these washed up and good to go. And I'm pretty sure all of these are dishwasher safe. Doesn't say. I'll have to read the instructions. Perfect. Alright, let's do these drawers. Try to get you guys a good angle to see. These are all of my skillets. So those can stay. These are all of my pots and skillets. So I'm gonna leave those. This drawer needs some help. So these are all my Christmas towels. So I'm gonna leave them in here for right now, but I will be switching them out very, very soon. Like all of these Christmas pot holders. Honestly, I just have a stupid amount of pot holders. Like, I don't need all of these pot holders. I honestly just truly use these guys the most. And this random set of flat ones. That's what I use the most. So I think I'm just gonna hang on to these yellow ones and these. And then my set of gray ones. And I'm not gonna worry about seasonal ones. So this stresses me out. Alright, that feels good. Let's get rid of these. Alright, moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this cabinet. And like I said before, these are pantry cabinets. So I have all my food stuff in here. So mostly I think there's some canned things I'm gonna pull out and get rid of. But other than that, most of that stuff is staying. So let's pull everything out and take a look. I've had these for far too long. I'm sure they're expired. Oh yeah, these are no good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. And then I think I'm gonna use this basket for my muffins. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can get this pasta in that other cabinet over there. And I can, so that's great.
Silent treatment in your cup, baby, we don't need to talk. Sorry if I'm making this hard, now I'm just wondering where we are. I don't wanna face the consequences, but baby, yeah, you know I hate second guessing. I'm just wondering where we are. Drifting into space, keep driving on the freeway. Baby, let me know what you are thinking. Baby, let me know what you are thinking. Overthinking out there in the clouds, drifting on and there for hours. Lately I've been trying to figure out, wonder if you're ever coming down, ever coming down. Look at me the way you do, keep giving myself into you. You know that I hate this part, surprised we ever got this far. We did go through all the circumstances, but baby, yeah, you know I hate second chances. Surprised we ever got this far.
Just from cleaning out expired food alone, I cleaned out like a shelf and a half. Love that. That's so great. Perfect. All right, let's do that. I'm warm. I worked up a sweat doing that. But anyways, section 1 is completely done. That was really good. I filled a box. Here, I'll show you. Filled a box of stuff I'm getting rid of, so that's really good. And I feel really good about it. I feel really good about getting rid of things that I'm not using, things that I'm not needing. But I'm not being rash. I'm not being like, yeah, I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. I'm kind of like taking my time with it and being like, I don't really use that, I don't really use this. Oh, it just occurred to me that in this section would also be my tools crock. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through that while we talk. But I really thought that this whole process was gonna be a lot harder, and that I was gonna have a harder time letting go of things, and that I wouldn't really have anything to get rid of, and that I would find a reason to keep everything pretty much. And that just hasn't been the case. I've been able to get rid of quite a bit, and I'm kind of impressed with myself. So yeah, it feels really good. It feels really awesome. And I got rid of some tools that I don't use. So that'll be great. Don't worry, Mom. I kept some wooden stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first installment of Messy to Minimal. I am working through this process of getting our whole house pared down and just the bare necessities, what we really need to live and function, and what is going to serve us best, and how to get this house into the shape that I want it to be in, where it's easy for me to maintain and I don't feel like I'm struggling to find a place to bring something into our home. I shouldn't have to struggle to figure out where in the world am I going to put my rice when I bring it home. I should have a place for that, and a sensible place for it to live, where it should go, all of those things. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited and ready to come with me on this journey of decluttering our house, and I will see you guys soon with our clean with me from me and everybody else in my house. Goodbye. Say hi. Yay, clapping. Yay, clapping. Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of Messy to Minimal. I hope you guys are excited to jump back into decluttering my kitchen with me this week. Ignore the giant mess behind us. That's for a different video. But today we have a lot going on. We're going to go ahead and do section 2 of the kitchen. It'll be right here. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the most dreaded cabinet, I would think. And that's my Lazy Susan corner cabinet that I keep all the kids' stuff in. So let's jump right into it. So, upon first glance, it probably doesn't look very bad, but I know there's expired food, there's snack things that they never ate that I need to just get rid of, so let's get into that. Let's start, I think I'm going to start at the bottom. Some of these are like sippy cup attachments to bottles that we have that I know we might need them for future kids, but my girls just don't use them right now. Naomi used to drink out of these cups, and now they both drink out of the same Tommy Tippy straw cups, so I don't really need to hang on to these. I need to keep them, but I don't want to keep them out. I hope that makes sense. So I'm probably going to box these up. I have a bottle cart that I'm planning to box up a bunch of stuff and store it for the next kids. And then I want to go through all my bottle stuff and see what I've actually used, what I haven't used, what I plan on keeping, what I don't plan on keeping. So I'm going to pull all of this type of stuff out to be gone through at a later date and potentially decluttered. So let's go ahead and do that right now. These are formula keepers, so I'm going to keep them for right now, but I don't need to leave them in here. Okay, so now I've got plenty of space down here for extra cups and things like that. I'm going to try to do baby foods up here because we have a ton of baby foods. Okay, so here's how it looks. Now, I have left space in here. This is the Pediasure that Naomi drinks right now. I've left space in here to kind of set the cups that are not being used in there with the Pediasure so that it's easy to find. But yes, so that's kind of where we are with all that. And I think this cabinet is good. I decluttered a decent pile of stuff. And Kevin and I actually decided, because Ella's going to be 1 next month, that we're just going to go ahead and donate this baby food that we have stored up because we are not going to get use out of it. So I got all this pulled out. I'm going to go through with the other bottles and the other sippy cups and decide what we're keeping and what we're going to donate. And I will do that when I do the laundry room, which has the other 2 boxes of bottles that I have from having 2 kids. So next, we're going to go ahead and do this bottom cabinet and this junk drawer, and then we'll do that corner cabinet and the spice cabinet. Okay, so for this cabinet, quite frankly, there's just a few things I know for sure I'm going to pull out, and everything else, I use it. I use it a lot. This is one of those cabinets that I probably reach into between 15 and 20 times a week for stuff. I also store my extra dish mats in here. cabinet's done. Alright. This drawer gives me actual anxiety. That's pretty good. I pulled out a few things. I'm going to keep our Chinese menu. But that looks great. Alright, this is my Tupperware container. Now, I'll be honest. I believe most of this stuff I intend to keep. So what I really need to do is just go through and like organize it better, and then move on from there. There we go. Alright, now let's turn our attention to this cabinet. It's honestly kind of all over the place. ton I'm getting rid of. Well, I think I did a good job. Out of 4 cabinets and a drawer, I got that whole pile and all of these expired spices pulled out that need thrown away. So let's get that stuff taken care of. I always get so warm doing that. Okay, so that is that part of the kitchen decluttered. Super good. So the next half of the kitchen is going to be section 3, and that is going to be under the sink here, these drawers, and those cabinets. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm really excited. My goal with those bigger cabinets is to have enough room to bring all of my Pyrex in from the dining room. It's in this coffee bar white thing. Bring it in from the dining room and have it all up in cabinets. That's my goal. So we'll see. Eventually the plan is for Kevin to build me a pantry cabinet where I can get my food out of the 2 pantry cabinets we decluttered last week, and then I can use those cabinets specifically for more bakeware and more cooking focused dishes. And then that way I can have more things off my counter and have more things in my kitchen and not have to go back and forth between my white coffee bar, furniture piece, buffet, whatever you want to call it, and be here in my kitchen fully. So that's kind of my hope and my goal for 2023. That pantry cabinet will be going here, and I will show you. So right here is where we're cooking, and my current pantry cabinets is this set and that set, and the plan is to put a big cabinet right here that will serve as my pantry. Right now it serves as an art corner for the girls' art, which I need to take down all those Christmas cards and the art so that we can have our corner back. And I was able to get almost all the girls' Pediasure off the floor in this area and get it put in their cabinet. My whole point of having that cabinet for them is that they will be able to get their own cups and plates and bowls and things in the future. Eventually, when they are old enough to do that, I will put a little basket with their utensils down there as well so they can get their own forks and spoons. So that's where we are. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too short. I'm not sure. We'll see, because it was really quick. I felt like it went really fast this time. I think that's what I've heard, though, is that once you get into this mode of decluttering, that the more you do it, the faster it goes, and the faster you're just like, yep, get rid of that, keep this, get rid of that, keep this. So moving forward, I hope that is the case. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. Give this one a thumbs up, you guys, and I will see you very, very soon.
Say hi. Yay, clapping. Yay, clapping.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're excited to join me on our messy to minimal journey. This is episode 3 of the kitchen. So we're going to tackle the third section of the kitchen. So today that includes under the sink, these drawers, that, and those two cabinets right there. Now this I would touch, and I probably should. It's just got some knickknacks and things that can probably honestly be put away and find a new home. But my canisters are gonna stay there. So let's jump right into that. And we're gonna go ahead and start with under the sink. Let's go. Okay, so some of you might remember that I just recently reorganized this, and it's clearly not working because it's a hot mess. So I'm going to pull everything out. Most of this stuff I'm keeping because I did just go through all of this stuff. I have some empties. I'm going to go ahead and pull out some things I haven't used since I reorganized this, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. So let's start right here. First of all, this Lazy Susan is awesome, and it's working very well to keep all of these commonly reached things right where I need them. I actually don't think that looks pretty bad, and I think this is going to be a much more useful system. So keeping my mop pads there to mop things. These are my everyday reaching cleaners. Stuff I grab pretty often is my dish soap, disinfectant wipes, and the dusting stuff. And then I have all of my Jaws cloths and my Norwex. So I think that looks pretty good for under here. I got rid of this, which is pretty much just all trash that I was keeping for no reason. So I feel like that's pretty good. Now on to the drawers, which are going to be much more of a headache. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. Now this drawer is like my Ziploc bags, foil, saran wrap, and apparently random papers. So this needs to be gone through and organized much better. This is snacks. So I have snacks in here. Most of this stuff needs to get off the counter and put into the snack drawer. This is silverware, which I want to go through and weed out the baby silverware we don't use. And pretty much everything else is going to stay in here. So let's start with this drawer. Really good. I like it a lot. Good to go. Okay, so now let's figure out what of this stuff can like leave the counter right now and what actually is here that needs decluttered. So that's what it's supposed to look like. That basket is for fruit. And so that is a tomato. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name of that. This is where we keep Naomi's hearing things. So we have her hearing aid and her CI in here and her headband and her hair ties to keep her hair up. So this is what we're going to start with. Oh my, it's a mess. Okay. Okay, so that looks really good, much better. If you're curious as to why I'm keeping these, I use those to open the trapdoor on Naomi's hearing aid to change the battery. So now, these guys. It's really not that bad. All of these, okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You might be asking yourself, why do you have 12 plates? Because they came in packs of 6, and I didn't know that. And so I bought 2, thinking I was getting 6, and in fact I got 12. I thought they came in packs of 3, but they came in packs of 6. That's what I'm trying to say. So, we don't need to keep all of these. If we have more than 6 people coming over, 9 times out of 10, we use paper plates. So, I think we cut it in half and get rid of half. Wow, that's going to be a big thing. 1, 2, 3, 6. That's kind of freeing. I'm not gonna lie. That's a much better use of my space. Much better. I didn't even remember these were up here, so I feel like they can go. I'm gonna keep my pie plates and my pie cutter, but I'm keeping these for my mother. When she comes back, I'm gonna give them to her, so. Surprise, Mom! So, I have that spot, which would be great to get some of my glassware out of the dining room and in here, so that's good. So that looks great! I love that. Okay, next. Here's the thing. Cups are my weakness. So let's do this. First of all, the Christmas cups can be put away. These are Kevin's cups that he drinks out of. My cups. I drink out of. Okay. I don't use this anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of both of these because I have my Yeti now and I drink out of my Yeti. This one. And then I also have my 2 other stainless steel tumblers that I drink out of more than I drink out of these. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Okay, let's see here. These are lids for my mixing bowls. I want to keep those. So I actually have quite a bit of room to get glassware in here now. Yes, I have some cups that are dirty that I'm going to need to put back in here. So I need to remember that. But I think that's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, so aside from the Christmas cups I pulled out, here's everything I decluttered from those 2 cabinets and these drawers right here. And I got rid of a ton of trash, so they're looking really good. So far, we have finished, as of today, all of the cabinet sections. So if you remember, we started with section 1 right here, and then we moved on to section 2 right here, and today we just finished section 3. Oh, I need to grab some stuff off of here. So we keep Naomi's toothbrush and toothpaste right here, so that's gonna stay. My zester, but these candles can get put with the birthday stuff. And I want to get a hook and hang these. These are really cute. They were a wedding gift from Kevin's grandma. So I think that's good. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and declutter these excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these Target dollar spot measuring cups that I broke the 1 cup on, so they can go. So that looks good. Awesome. Okay. You guys know the drill. I always get super warm doing that, so I'm gonna grab a drink. These are my favorite healthy energy drinks. You can get them at Sam's Club. They're the best. And a good alternative to pop. And they have way more flavor than like LaCroix or bubbly or anything like that. Okay. So, you guys, week 3 done. 1 more week in the kitchen, and then the kitchen is fully decluttered in our first pass. I kind of mentioned this in passing a couple times, but my plan for Messy to Minimal 2023 is to go through the house at least twice. The whole house, every room, every nook, every cranny, every drawer, every shelf, once at least, possibly twice. The goal is to get rid of 20% of our stuff. That is my end goal. So I feel like I've done a really good job. I have 2 boxes that I decluttered out of the kitchen, and I've kept only things that I'm using. and I'm pretty impressed with myself. I think I did a really good job. So we have one more section left in the kitchen, and that is going to be next week, and that is section 4. So in section 4, we have that fake pantry and the island that has a bunch of stuff on it that needs to be gone through, and it also has like a mini junk drawer that needs to be gone through. So we'll do that. And as you guys know, from a couple weeks ago, we decluttered my pantry cabinets, so I have more space to work with. So a lot of that stuff I'm hoping I'll be able to get over here. We'll see. I'm not sure. Also over here, there's more space too. So we can kind of maneuver and work things around to make room for what we have. Get some of the smaller stuff on those shorter shelves and make room for the taller stuff in this cabinet with the bigger shelf. So it's kind of where we are. I hope that you guys are excited to continue on with this messy to minimal journey with me. I am very excited to have made the progress that we've made so far. I am excited to see what will all get removed from our house. If you guys don't know, I'm decluttering in the way that I clean. So I have my house broken up into 4 zones, and I clean 4 days a week in each of those rooms, and then I leave the last few days of the week for catch up, missed days, and deep cleaning. So that's kind of what my plan of attack is. And then once I've finished the 4 zones in the house, then I'm going to start tackling miscellaneous areas that I don't necessarily clean, like the garage and things like that. So next up, we have our last week of the kitchen, and then after that will be our very first week in the dining room. So we're going to do dining room for 2 weeks and living room and playroom for 2 weeks. So that will be the next set of Messy to Minimal episodes after the kitchen is done. So I'm excited. I am really proud of myself. Okay, so I'm trying to be super intentional about this process, not rush through it, not tackle the kitchen in one day, and just as I'm going throughout my life these past few weeks, I literally think to myself, whenever I open a drawer, what would I get rid of in here? What would I get rid of in here? And I feel like that is helping me get over my mental barrier with things. Like, for example, this baby spoon. Every day this week that I've opened the drawer and pulled out a utensil for the girls, I've never reached for this spoon. And I thought to myself, I never grabbed that spoon. It was free in a bag that I got when I was pregnant, and we never use it. So every time I would pull out some kids' silverware or put back some kids' silverware and see the spoon, I thought to myself, when I get to this drawer, I think I'm going to get rid of that. Then there was this spoon. This spoon, I saw it and I thought, it's more of a flat spoon, so it's meant for more infants, and it's small, and the way the handle is shaped is meant to help little tiny, tiny babies who are learning how to grasp, not where my kids are right now. And I thought to myself, oh, I bet I could keep that for future kids. I could definitely keep that for future kids. And the more I thought about it, and every time I opened the drawer, I never reached for it. I saw it. And then I saw all the other baby spoons that I had for smaller babies. And I thought, when did I use this one with my kids? I think I used it with Naomi once when we were trying different spoons with her to see if that would help with her eating. But we ended up having to go to feeding therapy. That's a whole other story. And I finally got over the mental block of this spoon. And so I knew before I opened that drawer that these 2 spoons were going to go. But I was ready to let this one go, and I was not ready to let this one go, especially when I started this week out. I was like, I think I could keep this spoon and put it away for a future baby. But the more I looked at it and the more I processed what is in this drawer, what am I reaching for in this drawer, I was able to come to the conclusion that I don't need this. Now, I don't know if I would have opened this drawer for the very first time with the mindset of I'm going to get rid of stuff out of this drawer and thought, let me get rid of that spoon. I probably would have been like, oh, I'm going to save that, and moved on right away and never gave it a second thought. But I think this intentional process of living through my decluttering is helping me decide what can stay and what needs to go. And that's kind of what I hope that you guys are learning and seeing me go through as I'm learning, is that you don't have to do I'm gonna declutter an entire room in one day. You don't have to do that. In fact, the more intentional, small decluttering, I think you'll get rid of more. If you're like, okay, in this specific drawer, what can I get rid of? And if I wasn't filming, if I wasn't filming this for YouTube, I would probably try to do one drawer, one shelf, one cabinet a day and break it up even more than what I already have it broken up down into. I probably would have been like, okay, today I'm going to do the silverware drawer, and that would have facilitated in that process of taking my time. So take your time with it, you know. I was watching Callie Bransford on But First Coffee, and she was talking about how she has a box that she puts things in that are her maybes, and she writes the date on them, and she keeps that box for 6 months. And she said, if in 6 months I haven't reached into this box and pulled out whatever it is that I put in this box, then clearly I don't need it and it's already boxed up and I can just put it in my car and take it to be donated and get rid of it. And I thought, that is what I want to do to maintain my declutter when I'm done. I'm gonna have a 6-month box that I just put some stuff in, put the date on it, close it up, and if I ever reach for it, cool, then that thing can stay. But if I don't, then that box is out of here. And I think that's gonna be a good practice to try to implement to keep my mindset of keeping things out of my home. Remember, I'm trying to create pathways for things to leave, just like we have pathways for things to come into our home. So anyways, enough of my ranting and talking about what I'm doing. You saw what I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Messy to Minimal, and I will see you guys all next week for the very last time in the kitchen on this first time around. But for now, good night. I will see you very, very soon.
Say hi. Yay, Clappy. Yay, Clappy.
Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of Messy to Minimal. I hope you guys are excited for today. We are in the final week of the kitchen. We are doing section 4 of the kitchen. So it's super exciting. I hope you guys are enjoying this series and enjoying going through things section by section, room by room in my house to get rid of 20% of our stuff from our first pass through, and then we will start over because the work is never done. So let's show you guys kind of what we're working with. We are working on this kitchen island, this portable island that I got at a yard sale. Actually, my mom got it for me, I believe. I think it's from Bed Bath & Beyond is where it originally came from, but now it's from a yard sale, and that's where I got it. So, this needs some serious decluttering. It has a mini junk drawer that needs gone through, and then we also have the mini pantry on top of the refrigerator. Everything needs to come down. Now, a lot of that stuff will stay up there. I just want to go through what's up there and make sure I'm keeping only what I want, only what I'm going to use, and only what I need, so that that can function and serve me in the best way possible. So, having said that, if you're excited to be a part of Messy to Minimal, go ahead and do the YouTube like, subscribe, and comment things. Those are fun. Let me know if you're decluttering along with me and what are you working on, or are you just watching for some motivation to start decluttering? That's okay too. I will link the playlist right now in the corner for you guys so that you can watch the first 3 episodes of the Messy to Minimal series. Let's jump into it. Okay, first things first, these plastic bags can go. These things belong on the bottle cart. This is a bottle drying rack that I never honestly really used. I mostly just used our grass, and I'm gonna keep the grass, but I'm not gonna keep this. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and move this along. I do keep breads down here. I keep our bagels and our potatoes. One to hang up. Beans, juice, and sauce. Okay. Let's get started in here. I feel like, is that all the farther it comes out? Yep, it is. I do have these organizers in here, and I do intend to leave them in here. But I have a place my wax melts live now. Oh my. So that's finished. Let's move on. Rid of this. I don't use it since I got the air fryer. Now I have my air fryer, my crock pot. I don't use it for anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along to someone who will use it on a regular basis. How that turned out, but the one thing that is on my fridge and in section 4 that needs decluttered still are my fridge magnets. These some of them are super old, so let's go through and see. Okay, everybody, that's the kitchen wrapped. I'm sure this was a short video because this wasn't a very big section. I had thought about going through my fridge and my freezer, but I do that pretty regularly, so I don't really feel like I need to do that right now. This was more for the areas that never get decluttered, like this kitchen island and the top of the fridge. And I feel really good. I can look up there and see what I have without wondering what's tucked in behind, what's up there. I know what I have. I know what's in this drawer. I know what's on the cart. And I feel confident about that. So that makes me feel really good. So that means that the kitchen is totally done in our Messy to Minimal series for the first time, which is such a big accomplishment. It gives me so much motivation to keep going. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing in next week's Messy to Minimal, which will be starting zone 2 of my house, which is my dining and my living room. Please, please do not judge right now. I'm going to show you what those rooms look like, and they are total disasters. My girls have been sick all weekend. We've been off and on sick. I still have my Christmas decor up, and it's almost the end of January. I am trying. But I will have all the Christmas taken care of and moved out of here before we begin Messy to Minimal, this part of the house. Okay. So, I have the dining room and the living room that I'm dividing 4 weeks. So I want to do 2 weeks in the dining room and 2 weeks in the living room. So to start, I'm going to divide the rooms in half. So if we come over here, move back up from the dining room, that's a better angle. There we go. We're going to cut the room in half. And this half of the dining room will be 1 week and the other half will be the next. So I'm going to actually start with this doorway entry. What you can't see is right here is a coat closet. That is considered part of the dining room. So it will be part of week 1 of that section of the house. Then week 2 will be my coffee bar and all of those things down there that I was clearing out space in the kitchen to move. Obviously all the stuff on the table will be gone and all the Christmas tubs will be back out in the garage. And then I also, in this second half of the dining room, will be dealing with my mail sorter. And this bottle cart, I believe, is going away because we are done with bottles as far as I'm concerned. So, yay! Then, that will be gone, I promise. We will do living room in 2 weeks. And we will do this half of the living room first, and then we'll do the second half, which is where we watch TV. And I kind of have a little shelf over here and some stuff over there that needs to be sorted through. Honestly, I could probably do it in 1 week. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is like that shelf in 1 week, like a playroom area in 1 week, and then do the rest in another. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to take some photos and have it all kind of laid out how we're going to move forward. But we're done in the kitchen. So that's pretty good. I feel pretty confident about what I decluttered. I can open drawers now. I can basically come to any cabinet now and see exactly what I have. And there's not a bunch of stuff crammed in there. It's not overwhelming. One of the cabinets that makes me feel really good is this one, because I open it and I see the spices I really actually use. And then if there's anything that I don't have, I can put it on my list and go out and get it, and I can have a brand new, not expired one of those spice. So that's great. So I love that. But my goal is going to be to get a lot of that bakeware and kitchen stuff out of that buffet and moved into the empty shelves that I have in here. I made lots of room for that stuff. There's even room in this cabinet if I needed to, and up in these cabinets if I needed to. And that was my goal from the beginning with the decluttering, was to make room to get everything in here. For the most part, that's it. That's all I have for you guys this week. I hope you have been enjoying coming along with me on my messy to minimal journey. I am the most excited about this process. I have not felt so excited and confident about a decluttering process or about anything really that I've started that I feel confident that I will be able to finish. I have some boxes to go donate. I'm going to get rid of the kitchen boxes before I start decluttering and packing up new boxes for the living room and the dining room. So, yes. And so the way the zones go in my house, I'll just go ahead and run it down for you. 1 is kitchen, 2 is living and dining, 3 is bedrooms, so our bedroom and the girls' bedroom, and then 4, which I have 4 zones, 4 days of cleaning. We'll get into that in another video. 4 is the bathroom and the office area along with our laundry room. It's kind of like the whole back half of the house. It was an addition. So that is all one zone. So we'll deal with all of that. And then we will have the miscellaneous, which will be the areas that are not in a zone that do not get regularly cleaned, like the hallway in between our rooms and the bathrooms. It's kind of a square, not really a hallway, but it does collect a lot of things. I have something there intended to hold my bathroom things. I currently have too much stuff that I still have boxes that are yet to be unpacked. sitting in front of it. And I feel like if the boxes are still yet to be unpacked and we've been here for over 6 months, the boxes can go. And whatever's in those boxes, I need to open them, make sure that I don't need anything in there, and then move them along. We're done. Thank you so much. So that's what I'm thinking. And then we will move on to the garage and the outdoors when the weather permits. So we'll see. And then I have a plan for a spring garden. So hopefully we can bring that to the channel as well. I think that would be fun. A little faux homesteading, if you will. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Messy to Minimal. As always, I cannot wait to see you guys next time. And I will see you all very, very, very soon.
Bye.